Both the M2 Gen 2 and the Citation Encore are part of Cessna's venerable Citation family, jets that have historically prioritized ease of operation, access to smaller airports, and balanced performance. Despite their shared company DNA, these two aircraft are designed for distinct mission profiles and operator priorities. The M2 Gen 2 is a modern light jet focused on cost-effective performance and advanced avionics, while the Encore is a larger, more capable light entry mid-jet with a longer cabin and extended range suited for more demanding missions. Number 1. Cabin configuration and design. On a small light jet platform, the M2 Gen 2 offers a thoughtfully updated cabin. The cabin is roughly 11 feet long, 4.75 feet high, and 4.8 feet wide. Depending on how it is measured, its total volume ranges from 199 to 252 cubic feet. With executive chairs facing one another, fold-out work tables, and a side-facing seat that can be used as additional storage if necessary, the seating usually accommodates 6 to 7 people in a club or dual club arrangement. Legroom, window placement, and accessibility are all balanced in this configuration, which is ideal for short to medium flights. The ergonomics of the cabin and lighting design prioritize occupant comfort without overpowering the small area. The cabin of the Encore is significantly larger, measuring roughly 17.3 feet in length, 4.75 feet in height, and 4.8 feet in width. Its volume is between 307 and 314 cubic feet, which is a noticeable increase in usable interior space. 7 or 8 people can be seated in reclinable executive seats in a typical Encore interior, frequently in a club configuration. Passengers can move more easily to the aft lavatory or galley and have more personal space thanks to the longer cabin floor plan and larger interior volume. In practice, this longer cabin floor plan and larger interior volume offer more flexibility for long legs with more luggage, in-flight meetings, and group travel. For small corporate groups or owner-operators with short to medium missions, the M2 Gen 2 cabin feels luxurious but compact for its class. On the other hand, longer missions, larger passenger groups, or more demanding interior layouts are better suited for the Encore's cabin, which leans toward more roomy comfort and flexibility. Number 2. Interior materials and finishes. Modern finishes and ergonomic design that adhere to contemporary corporate aviation standards are highlighted in M2 Gen 2 interiors. Executive seats with high-quality leather, enhanced ambient lighting, and USB and USB-C power options in each seat are features of standard cabins. Wireless smartphone charging, deeper cup holders, and elegant sidewall and ceiling treatments are common features of updated cabin packages that give older light jets a more upscale appearance. However, due to space constraints, materials and finishes are selected with efficiency and weight in mind, so although quality is high, there is less bulk or material layering than in larger aircraft. Executive-grade leather seats, wood-trimmed cabinets, and a thoughtful layout focused on passenger comfort for longer flights are features of the Encore interior. The length of the cabin allows designers to include larger entertainment displays, more substantial furniture, and a fully enclosed restroom and refreshment area without feeling crowded. The Encore's design prioritizes seating comfort and personal item space as standard features, leaning toward traditional executive comfort. As a result, the passenger experience is more akin to that of a larger mid-size jet. Number 3. In-cabin entertainment and connectivity. The M2 Gen 2's cabin has modern and flexible connectivity, including USB charging ports, wireless smartphone charging, an optional high-speed internet, and app-controlled cabin management systems for climate control and lighting. Entertainment systems are usually compatible with bring-your-own devices, with the ability to connect to cabin audio or stream content to personal screens. Larger display integrations rely on configuration and are optional. Encore cabins typically have built-in entertainment screens, audio outlets, and power outlets for laptops and other devices. Although Encore's overall design is older, many operators update its interiors with cutting-edge cabin management systems and Wi-Fi connectivity to bring it into compliance with modern standards. These systems often enable centralized control over temperature, lighting, and entertainment. In practice, the M2 Gen 2 concentrates more on individual device connectivity, while the Encore's larger cabin can accommodate multiple displays or entertainment zones without becoming crowded. Number 4. Noise reduction and cabin environment. The M2 Gen 2 cabin achieves comparatively low noise levels for a light jet, usually reported at comfortable levels appropriate for conversation. In a smaller cabin where noise travels more readily, improved vibration isolation and engineered airflow systems help achieve even climate distribution and less buzz around environmental controls. The Encore's larger cabin and more substantial structure tend to create a quieter subjective environment over longer flights, even though specific decibel figures are less frequently cited in public data. Smoother takeoffs and landings and the more tranquil cabin experience during flight are further benefits of enhanced thermal isolation systems and trailing link landing gear. Both cabins are engineered for comfort. The M2 Gen 2 uses modern sound dampening materials to mitigate engine and airflow noise, while the Encore's larger interior volume and mature design naturally attenuate a broader range of frequencies for long-haul comfort.
Number 5. Cockpit and Avionics. The Garmin G3000 touchscreen avionics suite, which combines navigation, communication, weather data, synthetic vision, and automated flight guidance into a highly user-friendly interface intended for single-pilot or dual-pilot operations, makes the M2 Gen 2 noteworthy. Important characteristics consist of 3 sizable screens with touchscreen controls, synthetic vision and other improved situational awareness tools. Pilot workload is decreased by intuitive automation and routing tools. The outcome is a modern cockpit philosophy that emphasizes automation-based safety, efficiency, and ease of training. With outdated displays and interface logic in comparison to the G3000 system, the standard Encore usually has the Honeywell Primus 1000 avionics suite or optional upgrades. Although the cockpit's interface is less touchscreen-centric and has a more conventional control layout, it still offers all necessary jet transport information, integrated navigation, and weather data. As part of modernization programs, many Encore operators upgrade their avionics, but the baseline is still more analog and less dependent on a single user-friendly touch suite. Avionics comparison. In essence, the M2 Gen 2's Garmin-centric cockpit is thought to be more modern, simpler to use alone, and more user-friendly. Although Encore's avionics are powerful and fully functional, they feel more conventional and could use some improvements. Number 6. Advanced safety features. Although the suites are different in terms of generation and focus, both aircraft have modern safety systems suitable for their respective service eras. Cessna Citation M2 Gen 2. The M2 Gen 2's safety features include Garmin G3000 with traffic information systems and synthetic vision. The flight deck incorporates weather, obstacle, and terrain awareness. Auto throttles for secure power management. Sophisticated autopilot for automated transitions and approaches. The M2 Gen 2's safety baseline is extremely strong for a light jet thanks to its advanced automation and synthetic vision. The Primus 1000 suite has historically served as the foundation of Encore's safety suite, with terrain and traffic systems serving as additional components. It retains redundant instrumentation, dependable navigation, and certified systems for IFR operations and terrain awareness. To bring older airframes into compliance with modern standards, many Encore owners retrofit extra TCAS and TAWS systems. A more recent generation of integrated avionics and automation, which naturally improves situational awareness, are beneficial to the M2 Gen 2. Although Encore is still safe and certified for the same mission types, it frequently needs small upgrades to catch up to the digital baseline of more recent aircraft. Number 7. Performance and efficiency. Cessna Citation M2 Gen 2. Highlights of the M2 Gen 2's performance include 404 knots, 748 kilometers per hour at maximum cruise speed. 1,550 nautical miles is the range. 41,000 feet is the service ceiling. Approximately 3,210 feet is the takeoff field length. Rate of ascent, approximately 3,698 feet per minute. These numbers make the M2 Gen 2 competitive in the light jet class and perfect for short to mid-range missions. Cessna Citation Encore. Because of its larger airframe and engine configuration, Encore has different performance numbers. Approximately 430 knots, 495 miles per hour, is the cruise speed. Range, approximately 1,375 to 1,410 nautical miles. Condition dependent, up to approximately 1,736 nautical miles. About 45,000 feet is the service ceiling. Short field performance is adequate for many regional airports. In certain mission profiles, the Encore has marginally better long leg performance due to its generally higher true cruise speeds and higher operational ceiling. Performance comparison. In essence, the M2 Gen 2 offers excellent performance per unit size and fuel burn, optimized for short to medium hops, lower operating costs, and runway access. The Encore delivers higher straight-line cruise speed and a slightly broader operating ceiling, at the cost of increased fuel burn due to larger engines. Number 8. Exterior and aerodynamics. The M2 Gen 2 maintains Cessna's iconic straight wing design with modern aerodynamic improvements and efficient nacelles for the FJ44 engines. Both runway performance and fuel efficiency are enhanced by its lighter structure. Smoother ground handling and a more refined profile during takeoff and landing are two benefits of trailing link landing gear. The Cessna Citation Encore's design expands wing and fuselage components from the Citation 5 family. Encore's wing and engine combination permits higher cruise speeds without compromising climb performance. Despite being aerodynamically more conventional than more recent swept-wing designs, Encore's wing and engine combination permits higher cruise speeds without compromising climb performance. The modern aerodynamics, runway flexibility, and fuel efficiency of the M2 Gen 2 are prioritized in a smaller footprint. Encore prioritizes increased cruise speed and range capability with aerodynamic options that enable steady, efficient flight at higher altitudes. Number 9. Cost of ownership, acquisition, operations, and maintenance. M2 Gen 2. The M2 Gen 2 pre-owned vehicles vary greatly depending on hours and configuration, while the base price of a new M2 Gen 2 is usually around $6 million, depending on options. Operating costs are lower compared to most larger business jets. Depending on usage and fuel prices, direct operating costs are typically quoted in the $1,700 to $3,000 per hour range. A light jet like the M2 Gen 2 benefits from modern systems and a simpler twin-engine architecture, which lowers overhaul costs and streamlines logistics for parts and service. Cessna Citation Encore. A pre-owned Encore aircraft usually costs between $2.5 and $3.5 million to acquire, with Encore Plus models fetching higher prices. Depending on annual hours and fuel costs, operating costs, fuel, maintenance, and crew typically range from $1,800 to $4,200 per hour. Annual budgets can range from approximately $650,000 to over $1.3 million. Compared to smaller jets like the M2 Gen 2, Encore's larger frame and engines result in higher absolute maintenance costs. But its two-engine configuration and established market can facilitate parts and service. Cost comparison. M2 Gen 2, lower acquisition and operating costs, very attractive for owner-operators or short flight profiles. Encore, moderate acquisition cost for its size, but higher ongoing maintenance and fuel costs. More cabin and performance come with higher expense. Number 10. Which aircraft is better for you? Ideal for owner pilots, lower costs, and short to mid-range missions. The Cessna Citation M2 Gen 2 shines in terms of efficiency, modern avionics, and cost-effective operating economics. It is ideal for owner pilots, small business operations, and short to medium flights where runway access and cost savings are primary priorities. Ideal for spacious comfort, longer legs, and bigger groups. The Cessna Citation Encore is better suited for longer flights, corporate group travel, and passengers who appreciate comfort and space without going directly into the mid-size or super mid categories. Please like, subscribe, and share this video.